Hello and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating tonight. We have some fantastic schools with us. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Carolinas. I'd now like to turn over to our first presenter, Bridgewater College.
Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get on rolling. Alrighty, that should be good. So my name is Darren Council. I work with the Bridgewater College Admissions Office. I'm very excited to share a little bit of information with you guys. Hopefully we'll be able to fit everything in this 6 minutes. So first things first, so this will click. Perfect. So we're located in Bridgewater, Virginia. So we're about 2 hours north of Richmond, 2 hours south of DC. Really nice area over there, Shenandoah Valley. Really good for outdoorsy kind of activities, hiking, skiing, snowboarding, biking, canoeing, all that lovely jazz. As far as majors are concerned, we do have more than 30 available for you guys. So that's going to be some of the popular ones like you see there: business, admin, bio, health and human sciences, psychology, and then liberal arts, which is going to be our teacher education program. We do also have a lot of pre-professional programs available as well. So if you're interested in being an engineer, being a doctor, working in veterinary, occupational or physical therapy, we can help you out with all of that. And we do also have 4 master's programs currently. That's going to be that athletic training, digital media strategies, human resource management, as well as psychology, specifically in mental health professions. So main thing about our academics is that we're focused on kind of the tight-knit environment. Got about 1,700 students on campus, so you're in a really small classroom size. Your professors are really there to help you out, which is super, super nice. If you need any sort of additional academic help or anything of the sorts, they really kind of want to connect with you guys on a personal level. So moving over to kind of the student life side, a few different things. So first thing is we're fully residential. So we guarantee you housing all 4 years. Don't have to worry about subleasing, finding an apartment, anything like that. As far as amenities for all the places you can stay on campus, we have AC available for you guys, free laundry, Wi-Fi service that's available in all of our rooms and outside of our buildings, cooking and studying facility in all of our rooms. And then we have a variety of different living styles available, apartments, we have houses, one person in a room, up through 6 people in a room, and houses. So plenty available for you guys. As far as dining is concerned, because housing used to have to be feeding you, it's unlimited. So literally you can go to the main dining facility 9 times a day, every day for 4 years if you wanted to. Really, really nice setup over there. Variety of different options for you, vegan, vegetarian, and everything in between. Right, now, as far as student life is concerned, we really have a lot of outdoors and really general programs available for you guys. So more than 60 clubs and organizations that ranges from social, political, food-related, everything under the sun. Now, we do also have a lot of intramurals. It's a very active campus. So we have more than 30 sports that ranges from flag football to indoor, outdoor soccer and volleyball. They even have battleship now. So literally you get in our pool with canoes, they give you buckets and shields, and you try to sink the other boat with water. Like, it's a whole thing. It's a lot of fun on campus. We actually have more than half of our entire campus who participates in those events. So it's really easy to kind of get out, meet some people, and sort of stay active, which is really, really nice. Now, switching gears a little bit as far as athletics is concerned, we do have 23 NCAA teams, as well as an equestrian program, cheer, and dance. Kind of a lot going on campus. We've had so much success with this over the past few years. As you can see there, we've had more than 10 All-Americans just in the past couple of years. Myself is actually included in that. 11 national champions. That's also over the about 10 to 15 year span. So it's really, really good for you guys. If you're looking to get into the NCAA side of things, facilities as far as weight room, athletic training offices, everything is super, super nice, especially considering it's a Division III school. I would say that we probably have some better than Division II facilities. All right, now the financial aid side of things, super important, a lot of numbers. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to send them to me. Main thing to pay attention to, 99% of our students are getting financial aid from at least one source. Here, traditionally, that's 3 places. So we have merit-based aid, state scholarships, and then Church of the Brethren and federal. So as far as merit scholarships, that's just based on your GPA and test scores. Middle 50% of our kids coming into the school are between about a 3.0 to a 3.9 weighted. Those kids are getting between about 21 and that should say $31,000 in scholarship money, just starting off first part of the package. State instituted money, because we're private, it's actually the same cost in state as it is out of state. So, for you North Carolina kids, we're giving you an out of state incentive that matches what our in-state kids are receiving. That's going to be a free like $3,500. There's a little bit of fluctuation every year, so it could go up a little bit, probably 36, 37, somewhere in that range. And that's grant money, so you don't have to pay it back. Church of the Brethren is also available. If you happen to be a part of that community, it's just an additional small scholarship. And then we have the FAFSA, so the free application for federal student aid. Very important that you guys get that knocked out as soon as you possibly can, because it kind of gives you the entire picture of your financial aid kind of puzzle. So I encourage students to knock that out early. It is October, I believe, 12th right now. So that is available for you guys to be able to fill out if you're seniors. And a quick thing you'll be able to see over there, 50% of our students are receiving more than $30,000 in financial aid. So, a lot of times you see private school, you might think it's a little bit, too expensive. We give a lot of financial aid. So definitely give it a little bit of consideration and see if it's a good fit for you. And that will be everything on my time.
Thank you so much, Bridgewater College. And just a reminder to all of our participants that you can use that Q&A function to ask questions of any of our schools here at any time. Up next, we have University of Lynchburg.
Give me 1 second, I'm so sorry. You said we have accessibility to share our screens.
Yes, you should.
Okay. For some reason it's not allowing me to share my screen.
All right. That's all right. We'll work on that in a minute. We'll go next to the University of North Carolina, Asheville, and then we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay, that works.
All right, perfect.
Hello, everyone. I am going to share my screen here. Let's double check. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, looks good.
Oh, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Flo. I am UNC Asheville's regional representative for the North Carolina Triangle area, but I am glad to be here this evening. UNC Asheville is North Carolina's designated public liberal arts university. And so our curriculum is a little different than most other public universities. So it's very flexible. Students are usually able to jump into their major and take classes very early on in their career field. That being said, we do want to point out that UNCA is located in Western North Carolina, in Asheville, North Carolina, known to be a top destination city in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains. We get students from about 40 different states and 21 different countries. We are a smaller public university. So we have just under 4,000 students. Class sizes average around 18 to 20 students per class. We do rank top 10 in the country for national public liberal arts colleges, and we're known to be a national best buy. We have over 55 different study abroad countries to choose from, and 16 NCAA Division I sports. So we're very proud of the fact that we are in the highest ranking for the NCAA divisions. More than half of our students complete at least one internship before they graduate, and 70% of students complete undergraduate research before they graduate. So it's pretty common to do that on campus. And We have a variety of majors to choose from. Some of our most popular majors include psychology, environmental studies, management, which is our business track, health and wellness promotion, and art, which offers 6 different concentrations, including drawing, painting, ceramics, photography, sculpting, and printmaking. So we are known to be the liberal arts and sciences. And so we do have a very rigorous STEM program also. Some of our unique programs include our mechatronics engineering program, which we partner with NC State for, so that our students get the exact same curriculum NC State students have. Our other unique program is our music technology program. So if you're interested in sound engineering, record producing, those types of that type of track, we do have that. Jazz and contemporary is primarily for students who are into performance versus the music technology, and then we have a regular music track. So those are very unique programs. The final one would be in our pre-professional tracks, which would be the teacher licensure program. Our students at UNC Asheville are actually able to pretty much build 2 careers at once. So you major in the topic area that you want and then add a licensure on to teach that. For example, I myself graduated from UNC Asheville. I majored in sociology, and then I added a social studies teaching license for high school. And so that way I have the option to go teach, but I also can pursue my original passion with it, which is sociology. So yeah, we also have the pre-dentistry, pre-law, pre-med, pre-pharmacy, and pre-vet tracks. The 2+2 engineering program is for students who are interested in doing something different than mechatronics, and mechatronics comprises of computer science and electrical engineering. So if you want something different like aerospace or civil, 2+2 is going to be your track. We are also known to be a private college experience, but at a public university price. We're one of the most affordable colleges in the UNC system. Our cost for the entire year is about $17,500. That includes everything: housing, dining, tuition, fees, and the fees include amenities like internet, being able to print on campus, the microwaves and fridges each room comes with that students don't have to purchase, free shuttle services. They'll take you to the grocery stores, the pharmacies. They take me to pick up my Chick-fil-A, my Chinese food, all at no additional cost. We do not have communal hall bathrooms, so each room comes with their bathrooms within their suites. And the budget cost is just going to be something for students to keep in mind for additional things like wanting to buy a parking pass and things like that. As an in-state student, you participate in our fixed tuition program. So the cost of tuition you pay your freshman year will not increase the rest of your 4 years. With each application we receive, we automatically consider you for a Merit Award Scholarship. So there's no additional thing you need to do. Just submitting your application puts you in consideration. However, we encourage every person to fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as FAFSA. And so that's going to be your best bet for ensuring that you get any government grants, student loans, and things like that. Other than that, we do have scholarships within each academic area. So it's awesome to know that as a small campus, you can apply for scholarships within your academic area also. And so if you're double majoring or minoring in a field, you get to apply for scholarships within both departments. We accept applications through the Common App and CFNC. We are participating in Free College App Week starting next week, Monday. So if you would like to get that application fee waived, I highly recommend applying next week. We have 2 different types of deadlines: early decision and regular decision. Early decision is for students who know that UNCA is their first choice. And so they are first in line for Merit Award scholarships and registering for housing, etc. A regular decision is for students who want to keep their options open. So that deadline's not till February 1st, and they'll get their decisions back February 15th. We're just looking for the $75 application fee, a short essay, teacher and counselor recommendation forms, and other credentials. Test scores are optional to submit this year, so they are not required. However, I do recommend everyone to consider joining us for open house. We do have one Saturday, October 16th. That's this upcoming Saturday, and then Saturday, November 13th. So definitely join us if you would like to come and see our campus. And yeah, so here's our information. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at admissions@unca.edu. Any questions or concerns? And that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. And a quick reminder to our participants that Q&A function is open. You can ask questions of any of our panelists at any time. All right, now we'll go to the University of Lynchburg.
Hello, everybody. My name is Karen Morris. I am the admissions counselor here at the University of Lynchburg. My territories are the state of North Carolina and the Tidewater area of Virginia. So I'm going to give you a brief presentation of what the University of Lynchburg is about. So the University of Lynchburg is located, of course, in Lynchburg, Virginia. We are a private institution. We host about 2,000 undergraduate students and 1,000 graduate. We have over 100 majors and minors, and each one of our majors has at least one specialization for the student to actually focus on the career path that they're choosing. So the class sizes are actually very beneficial. They're pretty much like a high school classroom setting. Our student to faculty ratio is about 10 to 1. So you'll have that connection with your professor in order to make sure that you have everything you need in order to be successful, not only in their class, but throughout your college career. So like I said before, we have over 100 majors and minors, and some of our majors and minors also include hands-on experience and partnerships with certain organizations and businesses such as the Central Hospital in Lynchburg, Virginia, as well as the police department regarding the Lynchburg Police Department, which is very beneficial for our students to get hands-on experience and give them the opportunity to see what the career field is like. So with our graduate program, the University of Lynchburg actually became a university in 2018 due to the expansion of our graduate programs. And one program that we did include and create was the Direct Pathway Program, which is pretty much a Lynchburg College student or University of Lynchburg student will have the opportunity to go for an interview with a graduate school faculty or staff member with their specific program they would like to focus in, and have the opportunity to already have a seat waiting for them once they graduate from University of Lynchburg with their bachelor's. This is a program that a lot of our students take advantage of because graduate school is very difficult to get into. So kind of relieve some of that pressure actually helps them a little bit. So like I said before, criminology is actually one of our top majors here due to the hands-on experience as well as a connection with the police department and the judicial system throughout their college career. We've had several students who actually went directly to the police department working in several positions after graduating with their bachelor's here at the University of Lynchburg. My academic rigor is actually very interesting. So with that being said, a lot of our faculty and staff came from a lot of different backgrounds and implement a lot of learning abilities and different learning styles in order to make sure the student has a very successful time while being in their classroom. So with our accounting program, which a lot of students also find interesting, you have the opportunity to go behind the scenes in the stock market of how it basically works, how everything goes into play, which is very interesting and very cool. A lot of our students actually who are a part of this program have the benefit of being a part of a lot of accounting opportunities throughout the campus. So high impact education, one goal of our education department is that they make sure that the students' priorities comes first and whatever they would like to pursue or like to be interested in, we always try to implement that within their college career. So internships, the University of Lynchburg is gung-ho for making sure the student gets an internship. So let's say there is a specific organization that you would like to pursue after receiving your bachelor's. The University of Lynchburg will help you get into connection with them in order to get an internship with your dream career. When I was a student here, I recently just graduated in May with my Bachelor's of Science, and the University of Lynchburg actually helped me get an internship with a nonprofit organization that I have looked up to, that I've researched. So that was very beneficial for me and it helped me a lot. So we do have study abroad opportunities. One cool thing about a study abroad organization and program is that you can also take a study abroad trip not only in your fall and spring semester, but during your break. So your fall break, your winter break, your summer, and your spring break. So it's very beneficial, and you can also replace one of your study abroad trips with one of your college courses. So instead of writing the paper or taking a test, you're actually traveling the world. And a lot of students take advantage of that. I had the opportunity of going to Tokyo, and I absolutely enjoyed it. So we also have a lot of labs here that allows the students to dig deep into their career of choosing. So we have a archaeology lab, we have a simulation lab for our clinicals, for our nursing students. We also have a exercise physiology rehabilitation lab. So we give the students the opportunity for that hands-on experience. So we also not only try to give a traditional classroom setting, sometimes you may have classes outside, sometimes you may have classes in unique places that you never thought that could be an educational facility. So we always try to make it interesting for our students, try to give them experience and opportunity to explore different learning abilities. So another thing that I do love about these programs is that the closeness in the family-oriented campus. The reason why I say that is because every faculty member that I have came across has always made sure that the student feels at home. So like I said before, we also give multiple opportunities for our students to not only increase their professional life and their academic life, but also their personal life. I will say it gave me the opportunity to explore my options as well. So here are just some of our alumni who actually pursued phenomenal positions after graduating. So also with our costs, our average cost is about $24,000. All of our students are provided financial aid.
Thank you, Cameron. We're going to have to move on to the next school now. That's our time. Thank you so much. She'll put her contact information in the chat as well. And again, if you have any more questions, you can always use that Q&A function to chat with any of our schools at any time. Thank you so much. Up next, we have East Georgia State College.
All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nick Kelch. I'm the Associate Vice President for External Campuses at East Georgia State College. If you've never heard of East Georgia State College, we actually have 3 campus locations. Our main campus is in Swainsboro, Georgia. And then we also have offsite locations in Augusta, Georgia, as well as in Statesboro, Georgia. I'm going to tell you more about those in just a few moments. And we also have an online program as well. So students can take all their classes online at our East Georgia Swainsboro campus, Augusta, or Statesboro. In regards to the majors that we have, we're primarily a 2-year grading institution. We specialize in the Associate of Arts and Liberal Arts. You can see here the different career pathways that we can help guide you on. Most of our students, what they end up doing is starting with us and knocking out their first year, year and a half, maybe 2 years of their bachelor's degree, and then transferring to their institution of choice and finishing up their 4-year degree. So when you look here on the screen to see all the different majors that we have, understand that these are pretty much pathways that'll help you get to wherever it is that you want to go. And, which is why our tagline is Go East, Go Anywhere. So I'll start by telling you a little bit about our Swainsboro campus. This is what we call our main campus. We have 2 residence halls there. All the bells and whistles of a 4-year institution, but with the cost and the feel of like a community college. Very small classroom size. The students and the faculty get a great opportunity to get to know each other very well. You're not just going to be just a name or just another number. They're going to know you by name. We do have athletics as well. We have baseball, basketball, and softball. Plenty of clubs and organizations that you can join. And again, it's that home away from home feel at our main campus in Swainsboro. And then we have our offsite locations in Augusta and Statesboro. Earlier, I said that you can start with East Georgia State College, then transfer to whatever 4-year school you want to go to. We do such a great job at that. We are literally embedded onto the campus of Augusta University, and our students will start with us. And then once they earn their 30 transferable credit hours and have the transfer GPA. They transfer over to Augusta University in a very seamless transition. They get an opportunity to enjoy all the amenities and activities that are offered at Augusta University. And we do have plenty of off-campus housing that is nearby. We have the same type of makeup in Statesboro, Georgia, with Georgia Southern. Pretty much it's the same type of partnership. Starting in the spring of 2022, we will literally be embedded onto Georgia Southern's campus. So students can start with our East Georgia Statesboro campus, take their freshman courses or their sophomore courses, and then transfer over to Georgia Southern and finish up their four-year degree. Now, I know the majority of you all might live in South Carolina, North Carolina, and things of that sort. Please do keep in mind, again, we've got online options as well. And again, that first year to year and a half of your education, your English, your math, your history, you can take those courses with East Georgia State College and transfer those out to another four-year institution. In regards to getting admitted to East Georgia State College, we're looking for, of course, your application and then your high school transcript. We do not require test scores, the SAT or the ACT, though we highly recommend them, but we do not use those scores in regards to admission to the college, but we do use those scores in regards to placement in your English and math courses. We also offer what's called the AccuPlacer exam, which is not necessarily a substitute for the SAT or the ACT, but it is another test that we can use in order to help place you into the correct English and math courses. In regards to tuition and fees, we have one of the lowest tuition tuitions costs in the state of Georgia. If you don't live in Georgia, if you are completely online, you actually still will receive the in-state tuition price. Our classes are about $95 a credit hour, and then you factor in the rest of the student fees and housing and things of that sort. If you plan on attending our Statesboro, Swainsboro, or Augusta location, and you live in South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, or Tennessee, you will still receive in-state tuition. Definitely want to encourage you all to do your financial aid. Doesn't matter what college you want to go to. Please go ahead and knock out your FAFSA now. Like the gentleman said earlier, the FAFSA is open. Go ahead and complete your FAFSA as soon as possible. You can list up to 10 schools on your FAFSA. So if you haven't made your decision yet, you can still go ahead and do your FAFSA, so that way your FAFSA is completed. The majority of our students do receive financial aid, and the ones that do receive financial aid, if they're eligible for the Pell Grant, it pretty much pays their tuition and fees, and then all you have to do is take care of your housing. For those of you all that are interested in scholarships, we have many different scholarships that you can apply for. One that I want to tell you about is our CACRAO scholarship. That is only for our Swainsboro campus. It's a $5,000 a year renewable scholarship. So if you are definitely involved in the community and you like extracurricular activities and things of that sort, and you're looking for a place where you can hone into that as well as receive a scholarship, definitely check out our CACRAO scholarship at our main campus in Swainsboro. Again, my name is Nick Kelch. I'll drop my contact information in the chat in just a moment, and we'd love to have you apply. The month of November, we are waiving the application fee. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Great presentation. Up next, we have Samford University.
There, I'm trying to turn on my camera. It does not want me to turn on my camera. Here I am. Hi. My name is Krista Dillard. I am the Regional Admission Counselor for Samford University. I recruit some of the counties in Georgia and the states of North Carolina and South Carolina. Samford is a liberal arts university in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm going to share my screen now and share some information with you. So Samford is, like we like to say, perfect for Goldilocks. We're not too big, we're not too small, we're just right. So we are not too big that you are going to be lost in the crowd. Most of our classes are on average 19 students, and we have a 14-to-1 student to teacher ratio. That means our professors are going to be engaged and invested in making all of our students successful. They're going to get you internships, shadow opportunities, connect you with hospitals. There are 8 hospitals within a 15-minute drive of Samford. So you can get those clinical hours. They're also going to be connecting you with people in the area that will hopefully offer you a job. So getting you those interviews. So we are also not so small that we don't have lots of amazing opportunities. So here are just a few. We have 17 NCAA Division I sports. We have football, baseball, basketball. We have girls soccer. We have volleyball, softball, track and field. So lots of different opportunities for D1 athletes. If you are not interested in being a D1 athlete, we also have intramural and club sports to keep you active and involved on campus. We have 14 sororities and fraternities. We have, in addition, 166 other student organizations, and those might be doing some sort of activity. If it's if you want to play spike ball, if you want to do ultimate frisbee, if you want to have a Bible study or an accountability group, or just a group of friends to hang out, we have all of those as well. We have over 100, now we have over 177 majors, minors, and concentrations. Our newest major that we added this year is a major in sports data analytics. And those students are going to be helping our athletic teams and working with them on making them more successful in the future, analyzing those games, those athletes, and working with them. We are the largest private university in the state of Alabama. And during COVID, we had a 97% graduation rate for our job rate. We placed 97% of them in jobs within 6 months or in advanced study. So we have just under 5,700 students total. 70% of our students are from outer state. And we also have, in addition to all of the other things I just mentioned, we have 50 study abroad programs in 13 different countries. You can take Spanish in Spain, you can take German in Germany. If you're interested in architecture, you can take an architecture class in Israel. We also have a Samford-owned property in the heart of London called the Daniel House, where you can study. You can go to all of the theaters, museums, all of the historical sites while you're there and get an immersive experience. And about just over 40% of our students are going to study abroad. We have rolling admission. So we will start releasing our results from your application review the first week of November. So if you have everything in by the end of October, you'll hear in November. If you have everything in by the end of November, you'll hear in December. We also have a holistic approach to looking at your application. So if you're not a great test score and you have a lower ACT or SAT, that's not going to prevent you from coming to Samford. We'll look at your activities. We'll look at your coursework that you took in high school. We'll read your essay. I'll actually read your essay. And we will make a decision based on all of those factors. We'll also look at ways you were involved outside of the physical classroom, your clubs, sports, leadership activities in your school and in the community. We'll also look at any volunteering you did, jobs you had, and anything you did like at your church or in the community as well. We have that February 15th deadline for FAFSA as well. And then March, we start orientation. So these are some of our middle 50% right here for our ACT, SAT, and our GPA. So ACT of 23 to 29, the only thing that will be different is our nursing program does require a minimum of a 29 on your ACT. And then those are our SAT scores, 1130 to 1350, and our weighted GPA is 3.4 to 4.1. Keep in mind that 25% of our students are going to be higher and 25% will be lower. We'll have, when you apply, you'll have a checklist that shows your application was received, your SAT, your scores, and your letter of recommendation. So we have 3 main sources of financial aid. Just by submitting your application, you will be considered for our 2 biggest scholarships, Crossland and Marion scholarships. And then the Sherman Oaks is for alumni families. And then there's several other departmental scholarships that you can apply for. This is what your checklist would look like, and the additional forms would be below. And then this is my information, which I will put in the chat, and I would recommend that you visit and apply to Samford. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And just a reminder to all of our participants, you can still use that Q&A function to ask questions of any of our schools here at any time. And last but not least, we have Appalachian State University.
Looks like I'm not able to start my video because the host has stopped it. There.
There you go.
Sweet. Hello, friends. How are you? My name is David Stevenson, and I am so pumped to talk to you about one of the greatest UNC system schools, and that is the Appalachian State University. It is not the best school because I say so, but because the evidence suggests that we are just that great. We are the #3 public university in the South, regional university in the South, according to the America's Forbes magazine. We are also among the top and best value colleges, according to the America's Forbes magazine. We are #13 in the nation for outdoor adventure. Boone offers students the opportunity to have a down-home intimacy enriched with personal attention and enriched with opportunities. There's so many cool things to do here. You'll find that our students are really enjoying themselves here on the mountain. They are enjoying hiking, biking, kayaking, rock climbing, skiing, snowboarding, tubing, and sightseeing. So many cool things are happening here on our campus. We have 18,555 undergraduate students. And of that 18,000, 92% are right here from the state of North Carolina. We offer over 150 different programs to study from. We are founded at a teacher's college, but we still hold true to those values, and we are excelling in other areas like nursing, exercise science, education, computer science, biology, psychology, banking, finance, and criminal justice. Our average GPA is a 3.94 to a 4.48. However, students who are on the far left side of that are definitely still admissible and still should apply to App State. We have waived test scores for this year in response to COVID-19. So if I were you, I will not submit them. It's totally up to you. You may feel that your test scores are going to be a better way to show how awesome you are, and that's totally fine. You can submit those test scores to us, but just let us know that you want them to be reviewed. If you don't, then we will not review those. We offer over 19 different residence halls here on campus. We offer suite style, traditional style, apartment style, and traditional style. So students can live on campus for their first year. It is actually required for our first year students. Likely as a sophomore, junior, and senior, you will likely live off of campus. We have 400 plus clubs and organizations here at App State. There's so many things for you to do. We offer sororities and fraternities. We offer intramural sports and club sports. There are community-based clubs. There's also multicultural and international clubs. We also offer 7 of the 9 Divine 9 historically African-American-based sororities and fraternities. We have 17 Division I varsity sports here at App State. And we do athletics. We are nationally ranked for our athletics team. Our team is currently in Louisiana fighting for our title as Sun Belt champions. And we are currently on track to reclaim that title. We offer scholarship opportunities to students. So we have a Chancellor Scholarship, Fleming Scholarship. The Chancellor Scholarship is a full ride. Students can be awarded that. Just for applying to App State, you are automatically eligible for all of our scholarships. However, you must apply by November the 15th. And to apply for scholarships, you will submit your application through the Common App. And after you submit your Common App application, you will then be given access to your My Mountaineer portal, which is where you're going to apply for your scholarships. Students can definitely do that. And we definitely recommend you do that by November the 15th. That is a hard deadline. We are number 4 in the nation for study abroad. And then we also offer selected programs for students like the Honors College, like the Watauga Residential College, and the Appalachian Community of Education Scholars. These opportunities are there for you, and they are scholarship opportunities as well. Students must apply to this by November the 15th as well. You'll find that November 15th is a really common number date for us. It's a really important date. The total cost of attendance for App State is $15,124. This does include your full-time tuition, all of your fees, all of your books, a room, and your food. This does include that, and for out-of-state students, looking at $29,931. This slide is was a corrected slide, so ignore all the information. But as far as our application deadlines, early action is November the 1st. You must apply to App State by November the 1st. We are not on CFNC this year, so you must apply to App State through the Common App. So please visit commonapp.org to complete your application by November the 1st. You are also welcome to apply regular decision, but keep in mind that choosing to apply regular decision will take you out of the running for scholarships. So in order to apply for scholarships, you must apply by November the 1st. And I will put my information in the chat. And I thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you to all of our colleges and universities for being here today. We have a few more minutes for some questions. So I'll go ahead and ask all of our presenters to come back on screen here, and I will put our first question up here. All right, our first question that we'll answer will go in the same order as we went in here, is what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We'll start with Bridgewater College.
Yeah, so super generally speaking, I would say try to kind of expand the places that you're looking at. I know a lot of times, you can feel a little bit pressured, like, oh, places you've heard of and different things like that. For me personally, I'd literally never heard of Bridgewater before I ended up going for a visit. So I think trying to sort of figure out different types of schools and visit different types of schools also makes you feel a lot more comfortable about your choice. And you can figure out some of those general things like, oh, maybe I want to go to a really big school, or oh, I want to go to a really small one, or maybe this club or organization is really important to me, or this group. And kind of as you figure out all those little things, it makes picking your school when you get to the end so much easier.
Right, UNC Asheville.
Yeah, I would definitely say consider exactly like who you are and what you are looking for. Is affordability important to you? Is going to a big school important to you versus going to a smaller school where you can feel like you can stand out and make connections with your professors? I chose to attend UNC Asheville because I wanted to have relationships with my professors and get internship opportunities. And that's pretty key versus going to a larger school. And I think the last thing I'll mention to consider is definitely, making sure that you're going to school that offers the program that you want. You do not really want to find yourself transferring. I mean, if you want to, then many students pursue it, but sometimes depending on where you're transferring to, it can kind of put you back a semester or sometimes even a full academic year. So definitely want to make sure that the school you're going to has the program that you're looking for.
All right, University of Lynchburg.
Yeah, I agree with both of the counselors who just spoke. When you're in that process, make sure that your qualities and your morals are the first thing that you consider when choosing university. For me, I chose University of Lynchburg to attend all 4 years because when I toured the campus, I felt like that this is where I was supposed to be. You'll get that feeling when you attend a university. And another thing that I loved about the university is that they provide a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, not only for me on the academic level, but also personally. I used to be a very quiet person on campus, and University of Lynchburg actually helped me break out of my shell. And all the faculty and staff that I came into contact with make sure that I felt like I was at home. So when you go to a university, choose it for yourself. Make sure that what you want for yourself is what you choose.
Thank you. East Georgia State College.
I'm kind of piggyback off of University of Lynchburg. Definitely visit different colleges and get a good feel and make sure it's where you can see yourself. And just like you said, I've talked to a number of students that have gone to colleges based off of what their friends were doing or maybe their family. And I understand that to a degree, but definitely taking a tour. And I know COVID restrictions have been lifted and things of that sort. But if you can't get there physically, get there virtually. But just get a good feel and get someone on your team at that college, someone in the admissions office, like any of the counselors that you see here today, that can help walk you through the process and do your research on whatever institution you plan on attending.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Samford University.
I definitely agree with everything everyone's already said. To sort of piggyback or add something new, a lot of schools look for expressed interest when they're reviewing applications. So if you can get there in person, that's great. If not, make sure you are emailing and communicating with your college counselor. That's everyone you see on screen here. Email us, call us on the phone, text us if that's available, and let us know you are interested. And all of that will go into your file and can only help you throughout this process. It'll not only help you be known by your admission counselor, but it's also going to help you to build that relationship, to get advice, to look at we can give you advice on your essay. We can give you advice on scholarship applications, all of those things. So build a relationship with your admission counselors is my advice.
Thank you. And last but not least, App State.
Hey, yeah. So to piggyback off of everybody, I definitely agree with everything everyone said. But I was definitely going to say about the interest, making sure that you show the school that you really want to come here. So by doing that, by scheduling one-on-ones with your counselor, by going for visits, by emailing, all those things are super important. And I even tell students that it's okay for you to kind of like cheat on your interest statement and like take some stuff on the website and say, I love that blank college has blank, 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 blank. That just shows you did your homework and it shows that you really, really have that much interest in it. And I don't know about other schools, but for App State, we actually create these things called watch flags. And so whenever a student emails me or whenever a student comes for a tour, they automatically get a watch flag. And so that helps to advocate for them in the admissions process. So definitely take time to get to know your schools.
Thank you so much, everyone. Great answers. And thank you so much for joining us today. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And we encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Carolinas. Thank you. Have a good evening.